What's up everybody, this is Boywithafishtank, and today I'm bringing you an episode of my new tank that I got from Christmas, and I'm really excited to show you guys this tank because I'm really happy for this setup, and I think like the Aquascape is really beautiful and all the things in here are just awesome. So we'll go over some of the things, the plants, the livestock, the equipment on this tank, and I actually think we should start out by looking at the equipment of this tank. Because I'm actually kind of surprised about how these things works. So this tank is a SuperFish Home 25, and you guys know I have had SuperFish aquariums before. I have the Gobby tank over there that is actually a SuperFish aquarium. So I'm really excited about this, and I think it's a really nice setup. You can see here like the lighting is like really awesome. It's some LED lighting. You can see there are 3 strips here, 17 LED lights per strip, and there's actually a lot of advanced things here. There's a touch display up here that can actually control the lighting, so I can turn down the light. I can dim the light like that. I can make the light all blue, make some moonlight, get that on 2 different settings as well, as you can see, or I can just have it all on full power like this right here. So that is really nice. I'm really happy about that. Also I'm really excited about the livestock I got in this tank, because I tried to get the smallest fish and invertebrates that I could find. But I'm not done stocking the tank yet, so I still have a lot of things to do. I just want to show you guys some of the things that are in this tank here. So let's look first at some of the plants and the whole idea of this aquascape. So you can see here that I use the regular sand that I've used for pretty much all of my aquariums, and I really like this sand. I think it's it's not as small particles as some other sand, so it's more stable. And underneath this sand, I actually got some nutri-base from Colombo, which is supposed to make the plants a little bit healthier and things like that. So that is really nice. And in here I actually got some white gravel. You can see my pygmy curries right there. They're swimming away now because they're scared of me. But what you can see here is actually some gravel, some white gravel. And what I did was that I took a piece of cardboard right here and just made a circle right here. I of course filled it with nutri-base on the bottom here, like 1 centimeter of that. Then I put a little bit of sand on top out here in the outside of the cardboard, and inside the cardboard I'll then put in this white gravel right here, and that would kind of give a really nice effect. But the whole idea of getting this gravel in there was that it's going to be more stable, and I can actually create a hill with rocks. So you can see these rocks are actually something that my friend got from Italy. He was at the Garda Lake and he actually took some home for me, so I think that's really nice of him. Thank you. So he got that home for me, and he said that I should probably make an aquascape with this because he thought it was really cool and stuff like that. So I decided to save it for this tank, and what I did was that I created a little hill here with the gravel. I set a rock right there with some java moss, some rocks, a rock right here that pointed outwards with some java moss. Then I got a small rock over here to kind of look, give a nice look. Then we got something a little bit more flat rock that would kind of show like how the whole formation would look like. Then we here have another rock with some java moss, and I expect this java moss to just grow out over the rocks and look really nice in a couple of months. So let's just look at some of the plants in here, like because I think you guys are really interested in the things that I'm doing here. I got a moss ball right here. The reason I actually got this moss ball was because I actually originally bought a cherry, like 10 cherry shrimps, and they all died. Sadly, they all died because I think that was because my tank was newly cycled, and I think there still was some some slight you know, traces of ammonia in the water, and then the shrimp will just go away, like they'll just die right away. So that was kind of sad, but I'm going to get some new cherry shrimp at some point, because cherry shrimp are one of my favorite invertebrates in freshwater. But they really enjoyed this mussball when they were in here. I think there still is one in here that is doing pretty well, but I can't find him anymore. But yeah, so like this mussball was just something I wanted to try out as well. Then we got some bacoba. You guys know that I've kept this plant before. You know, I got some over here, I got some down here, I got some here as well, up here in the middle too, to kind of give a nice look. Then we got some limnophila that actually creates a carpet. Now the problem with limnophila is that it grows really tall and it grows extremely fast. So I have to cut it all the time and to give it this nice carpet look. But they can actually be in a carpet. I've actually tried it a couple of times and it actually looks really nice. And it's a cheap way of making a carpet as well. And then I got some Ludwigia right here, just going around over here, getting some nice red coloration in this tank, just to kind of get some more different colors in here. Then we here have some crypts. This is crypts, I can't remember what type of crypts it is, but it's a really easy to care one. All of these plants are from Tropica, by the way, so that's really nice as well. Then in the back here we got some Echinodoris. I'm not sure what type of Echinodoris again, because it's actually a really unique one. You can see it has pink or purple backsides. The leaves on top are dark green, and this just gives a really awesome look, and it gives a more tall perspective here in the back, so that we get a little bit more depth into the tank. But the reason you only see the leaves over here at this side is only because I actually planted one here in the middle, but the water flow is pushing it over that way. But I guess it will be used to it at some point. You can see it leaning out right there. You can see its leaves right there. It's actually covering some of the bacoba, which is kind of a problem, but yeah. But it's a really nice plant. I don't know how hard it is to keep, but I wanted to try it out because it's one of the most beautiful plants in this hobby. You can see those, like those leaves under there, it's just amazing. Just look at that. So I also got some Java moss, as I said, you know, very easy to care for plants. And that's pretty much it. I don't really have a lot else in this tank. Now for the livestock, as you guys know, I had some cherry shrimp, they died off. But I do have some cories, some pygmy cories, which are actually a little bit more rare. Let me see if I can find them. There's one in behind the leaves over there. You can see one right there. And these guys are absolutely tiny. They're really small. I feed them micro pellets from hickory and some crushed up flake food, and they seem to enjoy it a lot. They're just chilling around. They actually school together quite often. And like apart from many other cories, they actually school out in the open pretty often. So that is kind of unique. It would be really nice to see when they get a little bit more brave. They will get out and, you know, swim around. I have actually witnessed them do that. I have 5 of them. And I've actually sit over at my computer, and I haven't, you know, when I'm not close to the tank, they always get out, they always swim out in the open and things like that, so that's always a good sign. But yeah, so that is awesome. So yeah, I really like the look of this tank so far. I think it looks very nice. You know, I've never tried aquascaping seriously like so, but yeah, it's awesome. I really like this tank. Very nice compared to my other tanks. You know, a lot more like I actually planned out the aquascape a lot more than I did with the others. And you can see the lighting is quite strong, but the problem with it is that, you know, if you get T5 lighting or something like that, the lighting will often spread around all of the tank. But this LED lighting only really focuses in the middle, so the leaves in the back here are not getting too much light. But normally Echinodoris doesn't really need high light, it can use low to medium light. So I think it will be alright. You know, out here in the open there's the mussball, not a big deal. The bacoba, maybe that can be a problem in the long run, but I think it will be okay. So, but yeah, I think it's really nice. I think this tank is very awesome. It's definitely my favorite tank so far, apart from the reef. New updates in there soon, by the way. I'm just going to give you guys a little look at how the things are doing and things like that. Gotta do a water change today. Just look at how awesome all the corals and things are doing. Like, it's awesome. But anyway, this tank is doing fine. You know, I'm planning on getting some shrimp. Might be cherry shrimp. I might also buy some, you know, some other types of shrimp at some point. Let's pick me card. No! Don't swim. Oh my god. Like, these guys are really tiny. They're not even a centimeter, so they are really, really tiny. But they are really, really cool. I've always loved cory cats, but this is just awesome. Like, it's so cool. They often hide behind the filter right there. They often hide behind there. But yeah. So that's really all I can tell about this tank so far, and I'm going to make some new updates in here, and I might actually put some guppi fry in here as well when I get that. And by the way, the African dwarf frogs, I just want to show you guys quickly how these guys are doing. Got some jungle val in here. There's some algae on the glass. The guppies are going all crazy, but my frogs are getting gigantic. I can't find them right now. That sucks. Anyway. I'm actually thinking of, of trying to maybe put some CO2 in here. I'm not quite sure, but for now I just use fertilizers and the substrate. So that's really all I'm going for right now. But yeah, that's the video on this tank. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and yeah, see you guys in another video.